Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever you have, whatever time you have in your country right now. Today I am here, and before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Leonora L. Official, and this is your host. Today, we're going to read a letter from our sender that is now presently residing in USA, but she is a Filipina. She grown up in the Philippines. And before we start to read a letter, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful to all the people who support me, to all my subscriber, to all the people who didn't subscribe me but still watch my video, and to all the people who lead me in their community as a small vlogger, small YouTuber, especially to Miss Maria. Thank you for sharing, for giving me a chance to join in your community as a small vlogger, and this is her channel. And also, this story that we are going to read and we already read will be aired in Heatwave Radio Pacific, and this is it. I hope you can download it, and also so you can easily listen our story. And that will gonna be every Saturday PM in US time. And so today we're going to start now. Before that, I want to say thank you to all my members as well. Thank you so much for us always staying, and as a member, I'm so grateful to you guys. And today I am going to read a letter for our program. This is my story. Dear Nora, thank you for giving time reading my letter, as I hope it can give motivation and encouragement to all the viewers, subscribers, and listeners all over the world. My name is Christine. I am happily married with 2 kids. I am now presently residing in USA, but I am a Filipina and I grown up in the Philippines. I believe that before we reach to the tip of our success, we go through a lot of trials and failures. But as old saying says, failure is a highway to success. So I will start my story at the age where you and I start dreaming. Not a daydream that you wish not to wake up, but it's a dream that you want to be when you grow up. During preschool graduation, teacher always asks their student, "What do you want someday?" Like someday, I want to become a doctor, nurse, engineer, teacher, pilot, etc. But unfortunately, I never been in preschool. I go grade 1 directly, so I start my wildest dream at the age of 7. I called it a wild dream because I don't know how to pursue it. My first dream is to travel all around the world. I know it's far from reality because I don't know how to. So as time goes by, I was getting really curious. I wonder a lot of things, and I ever wonder how the airplane on the air fly. Sa katunayan, natanong ko yan sa teacher ko noon, bakit di bumabagsak ang airplane? So in my curious mind, I say to myself that someday, I want to see how airplane looks like inside. As I continue my elementary to high school, we've been in different places in Mindanao. My dad was in the army during that time, so we move almost every year. As my dad's destination of works move different places. Our life during that time is like a rolling stone. We can't even take a place that we can call home. Every year, meet different friends. Sometimes we are in the war zone. When I am in high school, I was so tired of moving into different places. So I decided to stay and become a working student to support my own tuition fees. And life started changing. It's full of challenges. I started to build my own world till I forgot my dreams when I was just a child. I need to be independent and work hard to pay my bills. I remember during my high school, one of my teachers asked me to make a timetable of my future. Like in age 22, I will finish college or become successful engineer or a doctor. At the age of 28, I will have stable job or a house of my own and a car. At the age of 30, I will have my family. But at the time, seems like I cannot predict the future. I was not focused enough, so I failed the goals I made for my high school activity. All in the timetable never really happened because I never been really focused on what I really want to be. Or maybe I just forgot what I really wanted to be. When I finished my high school, I started college immediately. I took secondary education, but only for 6 months because I changed my mind. I don't want to be a teacher one day. So I tried to enroll into military school, but I did not pass during the medical because I have a fracture in my hip during the training. So I end up working as a lady guard at night and taking another course, and that's accountancy. So I go to school in daytime and work as a lady guard at night. In my 2.5 years of accountancy, I changed my mind again because I don't want to eat numbers every day. It's really drive me crazy, especially solving those balance sheets. And months later, I ended up getting married. So life changed to its fullest. My whole world changed. My goals and dreams changed. Everything changed. Even my way of living. When I have a child, I started to forget my previous dreams. I was motivated to dream and set a goal for my kids, for their good future. And having a family seems making my life complete. And they're the reason for me to focus on one thing, work hard, and motivated enough to do better. But 5 years later, tragedy happened. My husband died, and I need to shoulder all the responsibilities of raising 2 kids. They are just 2 and 3 years old at the time. And it was hard because I have no degree to fall back on. And I don't have a job that have enough salary to support my kids. It was so hard to become a single parent. So I decided to go abroad and work as an OFW in order to support and give them a good future. And believe me, it was the hardest decision I ever made in my life. Leaving them and their young age for years in order to support them financially. Singapore is my first stepping stone. I work mostly 15 hours a day just to reach my goals that in 10 years, I will be back home for a good and become confident and financially independent. Can be able to set up my own business and build my own home. During day off, I go to school of cosmetology, planning that when I go back home for good, I can start my beauty salon business. In my second contract, I slightly earned to make a down payment for the house I bought. But the mortgage is for almost 20,000 peso a month, and that make me work 3 times harder than it should be. But I ended up losing those money I paid for the mortgage. I gave up the house at last. God knows the desire of our hearts and works in a mysterious ways. In a 3rd year of working in Singapore, I met someone who made my world turns into different direction. Someone that makes my day. A simple hi, hello, can make my days better than usual Mondays. That's someone who offered me a chance to be with my children. I took the risky chance, hoping that he will come and join me with another adventure of life. And he did. And 3 months of our relationship, we decided to get married. Every one of us has a second chance of life if we learn to let go the past and move on to the future. When I went to Singapore, my only desire is to be with my family because I know there's no better place in the world than in the arms of someone you love so dearly. Now I realized that all my dreams come true, even my wildest dream to travel all around the world, because I'm already half through it. My dream to see what airplanes looks like inside. I already passed through riding it a couple times. I never become a professional educator, but I become the first teacher for my kids, who teach them even their first words. Teach them how to read and write and taught them the values of life. I never get bachelor degree of accountancy, but I become accountant in my own business and still solving the balance sheets with my daily income and expenses. We don't have a mansion, but we have a house that we can call home. Now I never wanted for anything more. I am now happy and satisfied for what I have. My only dream is to see my kids find their own success in life. In my opinion, the true success is when you feel the satisfaction of what your goals are. Because even if you earn $1 million a day, if you are not happy or satisfied, you are not successful. Because true happiness is cannot measured by what you hold in your hand, but what you hold in your heart. Love, Christine. Thank you so much, Miss Christine, for sharing your story with us, and that's really wonderful. And because of that, this is for you. In your story, we'll learn a lot of things. We'll learn a lot that failure is just a stepping stone to success. Because if we don't fail, we don't really learn. Okay? It's just failures build us into a strong person, into a successful human being. And also in her letter, we can learn that success is not about material thing, but it's about how you feel satisfied about your life. So it's just peace of mind. Because whatever you have in your hand, but you don't feel satisfied on this, yeah, you become greedy, of course, because you need or you wanted to find more than this because you're not satisfied. So it's not successful. It's because you have this greediness and it will ruin your life. Okay, so in Christine's story, it's very inspiring. It's because we can learn to focus on one thing, as what she said in her courses of college. She ended up changing her mind a lot because she doesn't really know much what to do. So it's just really example. It's just an example of what I can compare of her life at that moment. Okay, if you go hiking, you need to plan and prepare everything. Okay, so you prepare everything, your thing, your backpack, everything, and also you prepare to learn how you go to the trail, so you can easily go to the top of the mountain that you want to climb. Same as the life. If we really want to have the goal, reach the goal, we need to set the goal and prepare for it and plan for the direction. So this is just how Letter of Christine can teach us a good thing. And also in this letter, we can learn that sometimes we have to take the risk to be able to know what's going to happen if we do. We really not going to know if we don't take the risk what is the outcome to this. Okay, and also in her story we can learn also that impulse buying brings to disappointment. Okay, as what we read in the letter of Christine about the house that she bought and the mortgage is more expensive, and still at the last she ended up on losing that money. And that's really the hard thing. So impulse buying is a very, very hard part that you have, that every people have to avoid. Okay, so everybody, this is just what I can say today, and thank you so much for Christine, and thank you so much to all the people all over the world who are planning to share this story, and to all the people who support this channel. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a good day, good night, good afternoon, everybody. This is your host saying goodbye, and I'll see you again for the next topic.